Premier League Fulham vs Ipswich Town prediction, team news, lineups preview. Fulham and Ipswich Town kickstart 2025 with a Premier League contest at Craven Cottage on Sunday afternoon. While the Cottagers continue to eye up the European places, the Tractor Boys are bidding to climb out of the relegation zone as they endeavour to avoid an immediate drop to the second tier. Match preview. At the halfway stage in the Premier League season, Fulham are 5 points and 5 places better off than at this stage of the previous campaign, and Marco Silva's men are currently enjoying a 7-game unbeaten run. They last enjoyed a longer undefeated streak in November/December 2008-09. 5 draws were played out over the festive period, though, including a 2-2 home draw with Bournemouth last Sunday, in which the Cottagers led twice but ultimately had to settle for a share of the spoils, after Dango Ouattara netted an 89th-minute equaliser. Fulham, who beat Chelsea 2-1 at Stamford Bridge 3 days earlier, currently sit 8th in the top-flight standings, and Silva's men are sure to be motivated by the prospect of securing European football for the first time in over a decade, as they are only 3 points behind Newcastle United in 5th spot. The Cottagers head into Sunday's contest having drawn each of their last 3 home matches, and they also drew 1-1 with Ipswich at Portman Road earlier this season. Adama Traore cancelled out an early opener from Liam Delap. Nevertheless, Fulham are unbeaten in each of their last 6 meetings with the Tractor Boys W4D2, and they have won their last 2 home league encounters by an aggregate score of 7-2. Including a 4-1 victory in January 2018. After losing back-to-back games by an aggregate score of 5-0 to Newcastle United and Arsenal either side of Christmas, Ipswich ended 2024 on an almighty high by securing a surprise 2-0 home victory over Chelsea last Monday. Liam Delap and Omari Hutchinson were not even born the last time the Tractor Boys celebrated a Premier League home win 22 years ago, but the former scored from the penalty spot before setting up the latter to help Kieran McKenna's side claim a memorable triumph in front of the Portman Road faithful. The prospect of an immediate relegation back to the Championship still looms over Ipswich, but victory against Chelsea has boosted their survival hopes, as they have climbed up to 18th spot and sit just 1 point adrift of safety at the halfway stage. Ipswich have now won 2 of their last 4 Premier League matches, as many as they achieved in their previous 28 games combined, and they head into Sunday's fixture seeking to win consecutive top-flight matches for the first time since January/February 2002, when they beat none other than Fulham 1-0 at home. The Tractor Boys have been slow starters to the new year for some time, though, as they have only won their first league game in one of the last 16 calendar years, D8L7 winning 4-0 at Gillingham in League One in 2022. Team news. Fulham boss Silva has revealed that Sander Berge ankle is going to be closer to a return from injury than Rice Nelson hamstring, but both players are not ready to return this weekend and remain sidelined along with Kenny Tett and Harrison Reed, both knee. Silva has deployed a 3-at-the-back system with wingbacks in the last 2 matches, with Fulham picking up 4 points in that time, and the Portuguese will seemingly stick with the same formation against Ipswich. Issa Diop, Joachim Anderson and Calvin Bassey are therefore set to continue in central defence, as Timothy Castaigne and Anthony Robinson operate on the flanks, while Harry Wilson, who has scored in his last 2 appearances, could continue in attack with Alex Iwobi and Raul Jimenez. As for Ipswich, Connor Chaplin is facing a couple of weeks out with a knee injury and will join Axel Tuanzebe hamstring, Chidozie Ogbene Achilles, George Hurst knee and Massimo Luongo illness in the treatment room. In the win over Chelsea, Christian Walton kept a clean sheet on his first Premier League start since the opening weekend of the season, and McKenna has since confirmed that the goalkeeper will retain his place between the sticks at the expense of Ari Janet Muric. Midfielder Calvin Phillips will be hoping to force his way back into the first 11 at the expense of either Sam Morsey or Jens Kajust, while Nathan Broadhead, Sammy Smodix and Jack Clark will all be pushing to start in attack. Fulham possible starting lineup: Leno, Diop, Anderson, Bassi, Castaigne, Pereira, Lukic, Robinson, Wilson, Jimenez, Iwobi. Ipswich Town possible starting lineup: Walton, O'Shea, Greaves, Wolfenden, Davis, Morsey, Kajust, Burns, Hutchinson, Smodix, Delap. We say Fulham 2-1 Ipswich Town. Ipswich have won 2 of their 3 Premier League games away from home and head to Craven Cottage in high spirits after beating Chelsea. But they will once again be underdogs this weekend against a Fulham side who have made themselves difficult to beat in recent weeks. A similarly close contest to the 1-1 draw played out between these two teams at Portman Road earlier this season could be on the cards on Sunday. But we are backing the home side to come out on top by a narrow margin. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.